Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Beating the Odds. It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024. We are back with our best bets of the day. For the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Beating the Odds. We have a packed show for you guys here today. I'm going to do a recap here that I don't want to do. I got 5 picks for you guys here today, 3 in the NBA, 1 in the NHL, and 1 for Wednesday Night Football. But let's recap yesterday's results. So, yesterday, if you were a fader, you're welcome. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're a fader, I don't even know what the hell you're doing, because that was yesterday an unbelievable performance. First off, let's recap. So correction from Monday. I said the over 6.5 in Edmonton and Columbus did not hit. It actually did. So I want to make sure I put that in there. But members only, we got absolutely murdered yesterday. Free plays, we got murdered, 1 and 5, absolutely terrible. Now, all of our records, by the way, are in the pinned comment below, so you can always be checking on our records. We update those every single day, so you definitely want to just check those out if you want to see it. But I feel great about where we are in general, but yesterday was pretty brutal. And yesterday, just yesterday's takeaways, one thing I will say is, first things first, a day like yesterday, normally, like when I was just starting betting, years and years and years ago, I've only been on YouTube for a year and a half or so, but, years ago, a day like today, man, that would have crushed me. And I mean crushed me. But the fact is that I just know how this ends. I just do. At the end of the year, NBA or NHL, we're going to be plus 70 units in April, or in June, when they get to the Stanley Cup and NBA Finals. NFL, we're in a pretty good spot after a tough week 1 and 2. We've been hitting 60% since then. College football, we're well over 60%. Baseball, we ended with plus 33 units, which baseball, that's a really good number, actually, plus 33 units for the year. And I feel great about that. Secondly is another takeaway that I have is the betting market has been all over the place. The public over the last couple of weeks has been winning at an unprecedented rate, specifically the last 2 days that we had and 2 weeks ago, the second week of October. They took some of their biggest losses they've had in over 11 years. So the fact is that this will even out here eventually. But also, one thing I also want to say about the actual games that we watched yesterday. I can go on about how the NBA needs to be better about letting us know who's actually going to play in games and how is Buddy Hield looking like the second coming of Steph Curry. I can go through all that. But one thing I want to say is one connection I made yesterday is one of my favorite video games. I don't play video games all that much anymore. But one that I really like is College Football 25. I think that video game is awesome. It's so much fun to play. And the only complaint I've ever seen people say about it is, well, it's there's all this, it's not realistic. There's so many missed tackles and so many fuck shit type plays and all that stuff. Those people, and one thing I've very much come to realize, and I've always known, but really this season I've come to realize, if you watch college football at all, you realize that game is about as realistic as you possibly get. And if you watch Tuesday and Wednesday Night Football, I think it's an understatement with how much fuck shit. If you watched any of these games yesterday in any sort of capacity, there were so many stupid plays that were happening. It was ridiculous. I'll just say for me, it was really entertaining. Lost a lot of money yesterday, but the good thing is I measure by years. I don't measure by a day. So today we're gonna be in a lot better position. And like I said, we have 5 plays for you guys here today. But if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like this video. I think, by the way, we went 1 and 7 yesterday. It's just as hard to go 1 and 7 as it is to go 7 and 1. So I think we deserve 250 likes, especially for those of you guys who hate the channel. So you guys should put that on there. But if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss a pick, whether you ride, whether you fade. We're going for 15,000 subscribers. So I'm excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. So let's jump in the first play that we have today. I'm going to start with play number 1, which will be the Celtics minus 6.5 versus the Pacers. The Pacers have been dog water defending the 3. If you look at their 3-point defense, they're one of the worst in the entire league. The Celtics shoot the most and have the highest percentage from threes in the entire league, and they've got 8 guys who can shoot threes at a really high clip. It's not just one guy like a Golden State when they have 2 dudes who can do it. And when you look at the Pacers can cause problems when you look at specifically their size and their guards. But the fact is the Celtics match up very, very well. Because when you look at Drew Holiday is going to lock up Halliburton, which I really like. And let's say he's out of the game, you can put Derek White on him, and that's a very, very good matchup for the Celtics. On top of that, the Pacers have 2 traditional big men that they're rolling with, which means one of them is going to have to guard Tatum. And let's say hypothetically you put Nesmith on Tatum because they really need to worry about him. Then you're gonna put someone on you're gonna put some big dude on Jaylen Brown or Derek White. That's insane. So the fact is I don't really see how the Pacers match up, specifically on defense. The offense, they can cause some issues, right? They can throw it into Siakam, and Jason Tatum might have some trouble, maybe get some foul trouble, that sort of thing. But the fact is that I just don't see that really happening because Tatum size-wise is big enough to cause problems with Siakam. Al Horford's a good matchup for Miles Turner. And the bench guys for the Pacers, who last year were so good and so electric and made threes at a really high rate, they're not having the same effectiveness this year. And I think that defensively, the Celtics are in a really good spot. And I love their coach, Mazzulla, because one thing he said in March of last year in a podcast, which still rings in my head to this day, is the closer you are to winning, the closer you are to losing. And he's pumping this message to his people, to his team. And when they have that attitude of like, we're not ever letting up the gas, which it really doesn't look like they're going to do that. Boston looks like they're a well-oiled machine. This is going to that gives me a lot of confidence going in this game. And again, the Pacers just have not looked good, even at home. So give me the Celtics -6.5 versus the Pacers. It's a decent amount of points, but I like the matchups here. And honestly, defensively, I don't really see how the Pacers are going to stop the three ball from the Celtics. Next, we're the Bulls +5.5 versus the Magic. Sharp money's on the Bulls, not the Magic. But for the Bulls, they look way better with Lonzo playing. Now, I'm aware he's not playing in this game, hurt his wrist. I mean, who would have seen that one coming? He's hurt again. But the fact is that he's not playing it, but I think he gave this team a little bit of a jolt, and they've had some good wins. I mean, they've beaten the Bucks outright. They've played teams a lot closer than you think. They outright beat the Grizzlies and came back, which was a horrible game by the Grizzlies, but I think that could be more about the Bulls. They have the guys who can match up really well with, I think, relatively well with Banchero, which is in the Magic's case their most pressing issue. Now the Magic have really good defensive guards, but offensively they lack in a major way. The Wagner brothers I think can be handled by Vucevic and the big guys that the Bulls have. And I don't really see. I mean, when it comes to Zach LaVine, he's a really good player. I don't really see who they're going to put on him other than Banchero. And Banchero is a very good defender, but if he's going to waste a lot of his energy going against Zach LaVine on the defensive end, that's going to cause some issues for the Magic. Plus, they get the Bulls at home and they're getting points. I think they can win this game outright, very similarly to how they did with the Bucks. So give me the Bulls +5.5 versus the Magic here today, even without Lonzo. But they've been out Lonzo for 2 years, so not really much has changed. Next, we're going to go with the Grizzlies, -12.5 versus the Nets. I think Ja plays because right now he's questionable. He's day-to-day. And if he does, the young guys for the Grizzlies should be able to eat against the Nets because they just have good matchups. The fact is that when you look at the guards in particular for these two games, you're going to have the starting guards are going to be Ja and they're going to be Marcus Smart. So you can put a Marcus Smart on the best offensive player that the Nets have, which honestly, I'm looking down their roster here, legitimately could be Cam Thomas. Like, that might be their best offensive player. Maybe put Bojan on him. But I don't think that the Grizzlies are going to be challenged very much on the defensive end whatsoever. And I don't really see who's going to guard Ja or Desmond Bane because, first off, Desmond Bane, when Ja plays, is a different player. Like, he's unbelievably good. He's fine without him, but he is way better with him, Ja Morant, I mean. And on top of that, Jaren Jackson is going to be a great rim defender, so he's going to be able to stop whoever's driving for the Nets. Which again, I don't really see the offensive firepower that they have. I mean, maybe I'm just missing it. I just don't love it. And on top of that, as long as Memphis can defend, they should win this game by 15+. They're coming off an embarrassing loss against the Bulls, which again still is sticking in my craw a little bit. But even so, the Grizzlies, I think they come out today. I think they jump on them early and they smoke a Nets team that's very obviously tanking. And defensively, I don't think Ben Simmons is playing today, more than likely, because God, he never plays. But even so, like, you're gonna put. I mean, who are they gonna put on like these guys? I mean, you're hoping. I mean, Nick Claxton's out too. Like, he's not playing. I mean, Bojan's out. Ben Simmons is out. I mean, the only person who plays defense here is Dorian Finney-Smith. So I think the Grizzlies win this game by a lot. Plus, honestly, the public is all over the Nets because they see a +12.5 number. The Nets were very competitive last year. Plus, also, the Nets just came off a huge, a very, very exhausting, emotional game against the Nuggets last night. I just think the energy is low. I'm going to take the Grizzlies -12.5 versus the Nets here today. Next, we're going to Wednesday Night Football. God help me, but Wednesday Night Football. Sharp money's on the over for Kennesaw State, Western Kentucky. I have no read on the side of these games, 0. But I will say this, Kennesaw State's defense is one of the worst in college football. Western Kentucky actually has a very, very capable offense. When you measure them by group of 5 standards, not power 4 standards, they're one of the best offenses in all of the group of 5. I think, and Kennesaw State has shown they can move the ball against good teams. They beat Liberty last week. So I just think that I think this is going to go way over. 48.5 is a very low number in college football. So I'm expecting them to go over here today. I'm going to go roll with it here. And then we're going to go the under 6.5 Detroit and Winnipeg. This game's going to go under. Detroit lost a lot of their best offensive guys in the offseason, specifically Jacob Braun, who came to my Capitals. Love to see it. And Winnipeg is one of the best defensive teams in the entire NHL. Great. Both these teams have good goaltending. I love the under 6.5. Plus, the public is all over the over, so I'm going to go the opposite direction here in this spot. Now, just so you guys know, we do have 3 other members-only best bets, and those bets are 2 in the NBA, 1 in the NHL. You can go to zdnbets.com/picks. The website is linked in the comments below. And as a member, you don't just get our members only best bet, you also get one-on-one support and helping you grow your bankroll along with our bankroll management strategy. Again, you can go to zdnbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.